one of the comments I get most frequently on my YouTube channel is, healthy food is expensive. Yes, it's true. Healthy food is expensive. If I was going to boil down my advice to 3 things that have helped me in terms of eating healthy, it would be number 1, to start on a journey towards quitting sugar. Number 2 would be to focus on fiber in the foods that we're eating. And number 3, don't shop at Whole Foods yet. My name is Kola. I am certified as a personal trainer. I am a wife. I'm a mom. Welcome back to all my beautiful Cocoa Puffs. I'm excited to share this with you because I just want to share my experience. I'm just gonna actually talk about those points in reverse. Don't get me wrong, Whole Foods is awesome. However, there's a reason we also call that store Whole Paycheck. You're going to be spending $4 on 2 peppers if you want to buy organic. That is not the way I would recommend. At least that's not what I did. When I was starting off my fitness journey, I used to love British desserts. I would buy Danish butter cookies, shortbreads, everything McVitie's, Hobnobs. I was in love with Mars chocolate. I was a candy eater. Can we also talk about my Mountain Dew addiction? I used to drink Mountain Dew every single day. And eventually, those things just stopped being a part of my life. Coming from that kind of lifestyle to where I am now, I have come a very, very long way. And I can tell you, I didn't just go from eating Mars and candy and drinking Mountain Dew every day to shopping at Whole Foods. The very first thing that I found myself doing was I just found myself eating less and less sugar. I was still eating my Mars, I was still eating my cookies, I was still eating my cake and dessert, I was still living my best life, but I was reducing the amount of sugar I was consuming. That was step 1. Step 2 for me was really focusing on the amount of fiber in the foods I was eating. Something that a lot of people don't know is that when food is highly processed, one of the first things to go is the fiber content of the food. Looking for fiber is just a shortcut way of knowing how good the quality of the food is. There are some sneaky companies out there that they would put a lot of fiber and sugar and all the other stuff in there. But for the most part, in general, if you see a lot of fiber in something, then you're looking at something that's probably higher quality than something with lower fiber content. For me personally, if I see something that has 0 grams of fiber in it, I probably don't want to eat that. If I see something that has only 1 gram of fiber in it, if it's like a sauce or something like that, it's okay. But if it's a main part of my meal and it only has 1 gram of fiber in it per serving, that's not really a high quality food that I personally want to eat. When I start to see 3 grams or more, I get excited. I'm embarrassed, but I get excited about that. I'm like, yeah, this is good quality stuff. Changing my diet was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life, mainly because it came with fear. We are not lacking for food in this country, but when I wanted to make that leap to eating foods that actually nourish my body, it was hard. I was afraid that I would starve because I didn't know what I would eat. The habit of eating a certain way was so ingrained in me that when I wanted to make that leap to eating more organic foods, more vegetables, less pesticide-laden foods, when I really wanted to really up the quality of my food, I was genuinely afraid that I was going to starve. I'm a person that loves pizza. I'm a person that used to eat rice every single day. Sometimes for breakfast, I would be eating rice. And not saying there's anything wrong with the rice, but I just wanted more balance. Now I eat more vegetables. Making that leap to eating more vegetables for me was extremely challenging. I just had this deathly fear that I was going to starve because we all know vegetables are not very satisfying. It's rabbit food, you guys. Yes, healthy food is expensive, but if it's done in a way similar to the way I did it, I feel like it's a bit of an easier ramp up. When I was focused on just reducing my sugar content, the quality of food that was entering my body was healthier, but it wasn't more expensive. I was just eating more rice and less sugar. I was drinking more water and less Mountain Dew. I was drinking more tea and less Coke. So the cost wasn't greater. When I started focusing on fiber, it was the same thing. Brown rice is slightly more expensive than white rice, but it's also more satisfying. You can eat less brown rice and still feel full. So the cost didn't go up. The bottom line here is the first step is to take out the stuff that's causing damage. And the first thing that's causing damage to most of us is just sugar. Reducing that as much as possible over time. After that, the next thing would be taking out those things that are causing damage to the digestive system specifically, and that would be foods that don't have a lot of fiber content, replacing them with the higher fiber alternatives. Finding higher fiber alternatives to stuff we normally eat is actually quite easy. We just have to look for them. Yes, it is expensive to eat healthy, but for me personally, I was able to overcome that by giving myself a little bit of a ramp. By the time you get to the point where you want to start eating all organic, all these vegetables, shopping at Whole Foods, no bad stuff, nothing like that. By that time, hopefully, I pray to God that, what did Ariesta say? How can I forget? It a rush, well, it be much. The kind of money we touch. I can't remember the words, but you know the song I'm talking about. It a rush, well, it be much. How could I forget the lyrics to this song? I need to find it, seriously. Let me see, where's she at?